Hey guys, it's Russ here with Outdoor Xpress Adventures. Back at it with another video. Welcome. We are currently on the road to Atoka, Oklahoma. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, so be gentle in the comments. My wife Mandy and my dog Thor are joining me as usual. It's rare that they don't join me, but this is our first time camping in this campsite. We're going to McGee Creek State Park, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to try a new segment, video, whatever, and we're going to call it Campsite Critics, and I'll explain it more in a little bit. But I'm excited to show you our surprise that we have behind us. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but I'm pumped about it. I know you're pumped about it.
Yeah.
This is a game changer, and yeah, we love it. So we are about an hour and a half out. We will see you guys in a minute, and we'll probably show you our setup as well. When we got everything assembled, we were tired from driving all day and having to set up. We haven't quite found our groove yet when it comes to the order of operations. Despite the learning curve, and with the help of family, we were able to successfully make camp. In total, it took us around 45 minutes. The clamshell opening of the rooftop tent gives us a good amount of space to sleep, plus the Annex provides ample room for us to move about, and the dog too. There are plenty of windows for the fall breeze to push through, along with the awning to cover us from the sun, rain, and debris. With our final group almost there, and after all that work, it was time to enjoy company, dinner, and call it a night. We are at McGee Creek campsite in Atoka, Oklahoma, like I said before. And so far, it's not bad. It's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
So they're at campsite 11,
Mm-hmm.
and we are at 13, which is the distance is a little far for us. But aside from that, this place looks great, and we'll get into more detail with that later on. But first, the trailer behind me. It's a camper trailer brand Casada. And this is an import from Boulder, Colorado. You can get this get it shipped to.
Yeah, she's
Australia.
an importer. It's from Australia.
Uh-huh.
She's an importer out of Boulder, Colorado, branded as Casada.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a basic tent camper trailer that is a starter model that we use to find out exactly what we wanted and how we wanted to go do what we are going to end up doing here very quickly.
Oh yeah, this is actually their first one that was given to us, Mandy and I, so they could actually upgrade to a Shelby, Kimberly camper, which is basically a Shelby of camper trailers. But we'll get into that, and we're going to start on the opposite side with more of the electrical and functionality of the camper trailer.
All right, so in the front of the trailer, we made some modifications. These modifications were based on failures, things that we learned.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that you see on a rooftop tent or a tent trailer is that you always have to have something to do with the cover. You're always having to find a place to put the cover. Usually you have to take the cover and put it on the ground, and I didn't want to do that. So I made these horns that would allow us to take the cover and roll it to the front of the trailer and keep the cover off the ground and up out of the rain and water and ready to be used when we pack up. Because we usually would pack up every day and move to another campsite.
Okay. So what's the faucet on the front?
This is a water supply. You have an 18-gallon water tank internal. It's fresh potable water. You fill it from here. This is off of a sailboat. So it allows you to have water, ready access without having to have the electrical system turned on. And so if you're on the trail and you need to have lunch or you want to wash your hands.
Without burning through battery power.
Without burning through battery power.
Okay. And so speaking of that, what's in that door behind you?
This is all of the electrical power system. So I put a shore power connector on it. So it will allow us to have a power supply to charge the 100 amp hour lithium ion phosphate battery, which is an upgrade. We've also got a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter, which powers the essentials, the coffee grinder and the margarita machine and whatever else you want to run.
Heated blanket.
We have a lithium battery charger that's permanently hooked up to it. We've got USB and 110 volt power supply. You have all of your main bus power disconnects here and power switch. You've got lights, a fuel gauge for your water tank, which is mounted directly below you. You've got a tank heater because we have set up so that we can operate 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. That keeps the water tank from freezing, which I did do.
Y'all ran that in the Rockies, correct?
The Rockies at 10 degrees.
Wow.
So
it kept the water nice and
kept
liquid,
the water
liquid state.
And also we have a diesel heater, which is in that box below us, and that kept the tent at 60 degrees when it was 10 outside.
And these are all modifications that you've done personally?
Yes.
Right.
And then the last thing you've got is the solar power. So I've got it set up so you can take solar power, plug it in, and that will also offset this if you don't have shore power.
Okay. That's a very nice setup. And this is basically the first generation of this type of trailer, and you just thought of this off the bat. Or from what you didn't know.
Well, I've been doing this for 30 plus years, long before they called it overlanding.
Uh-huh.
It was just truck camping. You threw everything in the back of a pickup truck, you went out in the boonies, and you just had fun.
And what was the purpose of you building this setup, this rig? What was the point?
We're about to retire, as I mentioned earlier, and we're going to take off and travel and stay off grid for about 18 months to 2 years and travel the U.S. I've flown all over the world, but I haven't done a lot of ground travel in the United States. Okay. So we wanted to take off and see all those sites that I've flown over and go to all the national parks and just be out in the woods and enjoy the fact that Aaron and I have earned it, and so we're going to enjoy ourselves.
Well, absolutely. And this looks like it goes all the way through, about right through here, and got the inverter, solenoid, lithium ion phosphate, and that powers for how many amp hours?
100 amp hours, which is about 80 usable. It's got a BMS, or battery management system, that's built into it, so that it will automatically protect itself from both cold as well as discharge.
Oh wow. Okay, and but whenever that thing goes, it goes hard, and it pretty penny to replace it.
It's not cheap.
Okay, well, moving on to the next drawer. What's in
this was
the door? I mean, sorry.
This was my tool drawer. I had all my tools in here, spare parts, all the power tools, my impact, all the tools that would be required to effect repairs on the trail was all kept here. Again, because it's over the axle, it keeps the weight forward for weight distribution, so that when you're going down the road, it doesn't sway. Obviously, with a short wheelbase trailer that's equal to or less than the wheelbase of the vehicle, you want it to track inside, but
and this will track anywhere fairly close to where you don't have to take corners too wide like you would a regular trailer.
If that will fit, this will fit. You don't even have to look, because this is the same or less wheelbase than the Jeep. But the reason for the weight distribution is because you want the weight over the axle or forward so that it doesn't sway.
Okay.
Because with an articulating hitch, if you lose the trailer, it'll go quick.
It goes. All right. And we're still figuring out where we need to put our tools and toys and whatnot. So that's why most of these doors are empty behind them. But continue on to the tongue. Or not the tongue, the back.
That one was her bathroom drawer. And you may notice on the drawers that we've put a bar across the top. Everybody has the two that you have to be able to pull down separately. Well, then it's a pain to try and pull the drawer open. So my wife decided, well, that was too much work. So we modified the latches so that we have a single drawer. Just one-handed.
And that's got to be easy, especially in the cold weather whenever your fingers are numb and whatnot.
Well, the whole point of the trailer is the wife, keep her happy, you're happy. So.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay, life lessons along the way. This is just stuff that my wife and I did not take off, and we didn't look at. So this is just kind of extra things, but this is a bike rack and awnings and whatnot.
Yeah, this is extra awnings, screens, the awning floor system, the spare tire. You have a chase light. You've got a chainsaw rack that's up here mounted to the spare tire itself. You've also got on the hitch a complete hub assembly and brake for the axle should you have a need to effect a repair on the trail. If you're out in the boonies and it breaks, you're either dragging it out or you've got to fix it.
Yeah. All right, so we're here at the kitchen side of things, the more function side of things for whenever you get set up. So just for generalization, how big is the tent itself?
The tent itself from here to the front of the trailer is a king-size bed.
Okay.
So it's 72 inches plus.
So you can sleep comfortably.
Yes, and it's a full-size mattress, just like at your house. So that was one of the things we wanted to have, is the comfort. So having a king-size bed, which is what we have at the house, was something we enjoyed. Besides that is the width of the Jeep. So like I said before, if the Jeep will fit, this will fit.
Okay. How big is this room is called the Annex.
Annex.
And how big is this?
8 feet from this piece here to the end of the floor.
8 feet long and as wide as the trailer is.
The trailers.
Which is
King size bed, which
is king size bed.
What, 80 inches thereabouts?
Give or take, I don't know. So with and inside the Annex, which I'll do a separate video for. Well, I don't know why. God dang it. See, that's the stuff I'm talking about. Anyways, so with the Annex, that is on the inside fairly tall. It was what, 10 feet?
Yeah.
9 feet?
Yeah, from the center post up here on the top of the trailer to the floor is 10 feet.
Okay.
So you've got plenty of room to be able to sleep in the bed get up and not have to worry about hitting your head like in a rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
You have a ladder, unfortunately, which is unlike a regular camper trailer.
Right.
You do have to climb up to it because the bed's on top of the box.
Yeah.
But because we have the Annex, and again, for the wife, happy life, this allows her to be able to get up in the morning, stand up to get dressed. She can go to the restroom at night. In cold weather, we have had our meals in here. As I mentioned earlier, we have a diesel heater, so we keep the tent either heated or cooled, and this gives her plenty of room to get dressed and get ready in the morning
Without being in the way and you're
without
bumping
being
into
outside
each
in the boonies with everything.
other. Yeah, I got you. Okay, and so for most rooftop tents, I've seen that they clamshell laterally.
Yeah,
This is long.
Yes,
So was that was by design?
that's by design. The reason again was because we move every night, and we choose to use the Jeep as our tow vehicle, which is not normal. Jeeps are not normally tow vehicles. We wanted the trailer to be able to go anywhere the Jeep would go. So if I chose to point the Jeep, then I wanted to be able to take this with it.
Yeah.
That meant that we would get to inaccessible areas where truck campers and other guys couldn't get to unless they had a rooftop tent or something. That meant that you were probably going to be in narrow areas. So the only concession to width would be the kitchen and or the awning, should you choose to put it up.
Okay, and yeah, let's move to the awning because this is very sturdy. You came up with this dual arm pivot or the cantilever on your own because why?
I'm an engineer by trade, and so we wanted to be able to set up very quickly. So the goal is to be able to have the entire tent deployed in less than 30 minutes. That includes setup as you see it. Right. And because we move every day, we wanted to be able to put it back down. We also wanted to be able to have the opportunity, so if we stopped on the trail and we wanted to have lunch, or it was raining and we wanted to enjoy the afternoon and then move to yet another site because the first site was not our final destination for the evening. We wanted to be able to have the opportunity to set it up, be out of the sun, be out of the rain if we needed to, and then put it back down and go. So this is a 23-0 awning, 270-degree awning. You can buy these, and all I did was mount it to a homemade frame that is designed to cantilever 90 degrees down to allow you to have this, when it's stowed, be no taller than the packed height of the trailer.
Okay. So, and we set this up last night. With the arms going up, and it took us about
5 minutes or less.
Yeah, 5 minutes. So easy up, easy down, and then you can pack it up super quick and be on the road.
Yeah, set of pins, you pull the pins, it cantilevers down, it's locked in position, and then when you want to deploy it, you just pull the pins, set it upright, unzip it, and deploy it.
And so you said lunch, and we have the kitchen right behind me. I'll trade you spots, and we can go into that. So this is all came as is, the drawer system.
The drawers and things left out of the factory.
Right, I was about to say, but you changed the sink out.
Yeah, changed the water system. We changed the stove system out. We'll start with the water system. So it came with a little bitty bar bowl. Okay, you can't do dishes in a bar bowl. So it's got an 18-gallon water tank, as I mentioned before, but it's cold water only. So this allows you to have a sink to be able to fill your water pots and to be able to do minor dishes for lunches and such in here. So we put a deep sink in it. We also changed the drain so that a flexible drain that stays attached at all times. So when I pull it out, the water system stays attached, the gas system stays attached. There is no connections.
Okay.
You just open the drawer, turn the stove on, turn the water pump on, you have water. No setup.
Cold water. But you did add something else, and I think it's in that case right in front.
Yeah, we have a instant-on hot water heater in the front here, and so by modifying the water and gas system to where it's constantly attached, that allowed me to use a QD connector, quick disconnect connector, to be able to plumb water simultaneously to the hot water heater.
So even though you're roughing it, you're not really roughing
Happy
it.
wife, happy life.
Yeah, all right. So is that...
I don't know, happy dads make me glad.
Happy dads make me glad.
I mean, hey, these are
Scotch, whiskey, you know?
getting their toys. This is all just one big toy. And thankfully enough, thankfully enough, this was a gift from him to myself, because he actually upgraded to the Kimberly trailer that we were talking about, and hopefully if we have enough time and enough daylight, we're going to go over to that and we'll give you a walkthrough. I say we, I mean he will give you a walkthrough of your new toy.
Okay.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Well, hey, Mitch, thank you so much again
Yep.
for this tour. I was learning so much just as the video was going along. I hope you did too, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Go have fun exploring.